Alright, looks like we got it working. Alright, welcome anyone that has decided to tune in. I have been interested in making some YouTube videos about Path of Exile because I've been completely captivated by this game. I've probably sunk nearly 800 hours into it since its release, which is a lot, but
find the miller.
Probably what makes that worse is I think for the first 2 weeks I probably only clocked
about this miller.
like 20 hours in the game. I played it through the first few areas of the campaign and just kept playing Rust and like a lot of Rocket League. I think probably I wasn't following a build guide. I didn't have a loot filter. I was definitely a bit of a noob, and I guess still am to some extent, but without following a build guide, I think I just chose some skills that didn't synergize well with each other. Anyway, I wasn't enjoying myself in the beginning, and didn't play. But I decided to sit down and actually give it a go.
But at what
and then
cost?
I've been playing ever since then. So yeah, it's been going pretty good. Right. Let's try and skip the tutorials because that is super annoying. Yeah, so I've got a couple of characters on Standard League and on
Thunder!
Solo Self-Found.
Effective.
I kind of like Solo Self-Found. I do also kind of enjoy Standard, but I don't know what it was, but after a certain point, and I'm talking about doing, tier 4 breach boss, and I hadn't done Arbiter, but I'd certainly done some Citadels. Getting my gear and build to a point where it felt like I was... Any upgrades at that point would be looking at like fractions, like,
What?
I feel like I already got to the point where I was doing what I wanted to do with the build, and it was, I guess it's become a lot more common now, the double herald, exploiting whole screens during a breach, and, it was fun, and I definitely think that the monk in-game play style is very, a very good dopamine fix. I thought it was, the flicker strike, clearing whole screens. It was nice. And then I was interested in I wasn't originally interested in the sorceress because I played it, but I was playing it badly. Like it just felt like the gameplay was just me like casting a bunch of spells, running backwards when things would charge at me, and then just kiting backwards. So constantly backtracking, moving forward, backtracking, moving forward. And I didn't like the playstyle, but the monk playstyle really, I liked it. Anyway, so I played Spark Source after some time and got to 90, so we have a bit of experience in Trade League. When I played the Source though, the problem was I got through the campaign like super easily, and it just felt like a speedrun. There was no challenge, and I almost like missed a lot of the small milestones that I think I enjoyed with the monk, which was just running into problems with my build, with my passive tree, tinkering with different things and trying to find upgrades while not having the character power to even clear like the toughest content. So
Please come inside.
Part of me enjoys the struggle, and it's probably not so much the struggle that's good, but just overcoming the challenges. So
how have the Ezamites fallen this far?
after getting to level 90 with the sorcerers, I decided to do it again on Solo Self-Found, and it was a whole different experience because I didn't have a stash on Solo Self-Found. It was a new character in that league, and it made the game completely different. So I was obviously not buying a full set of gear from the vendor at level 1. I also didn't have 600 or 700 exalts in my stash to constantly upgrade every piece of good gear that I found with 6 mods. So yeah, the campaign was definitely a bit more difficult, but with the right build and finding some good drops along the way, I was able to clear the campaign fairly easily, and still in a similar amount of time as well. Anyway,
that'll do some
I don't know
fire.
why I started
If you
playing
find a pint out there, do bring it back.
hardcore,
The discipline of the forge has taught him strength.
but okay, hang on. Okay, so we can't use Falling Thunder. I'm kind of cool with that. Yeah, so alright. Stay on track. Anyway, we played solo Self-Found and I enjoyed it. I did get my sorceress up to level 94. Same sort of level as my
Welcome to the
monk,
this,
and
all this.
at that point
I fear this land. I like to hold on to bits and pieces.
I
Stay safe.
don't know if I got really lucky or if
I sense a kindred dreamer.
what is this? Why is it not letting me? Oh, maybe it's. Yeah, it must not let you do it because you have to put a skill in. Makes sense. So, I think I'm copying someone else here by using a bow in the early stages of the game, just because the monk is kind of arse to actually play when you don't have Ice Strike or Tempest Flurry. And on hardcore, I think it's probably going to do me a lot better than just to be playing at range. So, I wanted to make the focus of this video a little bit less about the characters that I've played in the past and a little bit more about what we should be doing in hardcore based on what I've learned in maybe the, honestly, like 3 days that I've played it. And I'm trying not to use my stash. I have a lot of things here from my previous character. There's also a whole bunch of gear. I even have like leveling gear, but I'd just say, for the sake of the video, let's just pretend that that stuff is not not available, and we'll yeah, we'll just pretend that we're starting hardcore for the first time. I'll just sell that.
I've collected another for my collection.
Also, the other issue is that we have 100k gold, which somebody wouldn't be starting with. That goes into damage. Anyway, I think I'll try and limit my buying of random crap from the vendors, and we'll just try and play with what we find on the ground. But one thing to keep in mind is your first character probably will not make it to maps, and if it makes it to maps, there's probably a good chance that it's not going to make it to level 100, or that it will just die at some point to some random crap anyway. But I've watched another YouTuber, this is not my idea, I can't remember his name off the top of my head, but there was a shout out in another video, and he basically just said that you should think about progress in terms of progressing your stash on hardcore and not get too attached to the character, and I totally understand that, and it does make the experience a little bit less sour when you lose a character, especially when you lose one at 71. I was starting to enjoy playing the sorcerers. I had my first Atlas quest done, but anyway, we're back to the beach now. So I'm probably not going to go and full clear every zone. I did that initially with my sorceress, and it's kind of okay. You get some extra early levels, you can clear the next area a bit easier, or maybe you just want to get a couple of extra skill points to on your passive tree to help you deal with a boss that's coming up. Do we want evasion boots or energy shield? Yeah, whatever. Anyway, I completely forgot what I was saying now that we're actually... I have a feeling this is going to be balls.
Swell!
I think if I waited 2 minutes and actually got the skill down, I probably could have made this a lot easier.
My pet's hunger!
Yeah, I'll probably lead them to her.
Foul creature.
Swell!
That was way closer than it should have been.
Swell!
Alright, we were actually pretty close to dying there. I probably didn't need to rush in, but anyway, we didn't get punished. Skill down 2. Alright. So I think what I'll do is use the bow just for until I feel good enough to use a quarterstaff, and I'll probably go Ice Strike with this monk. I have used a Tempest Flurry build in the past, and I thought I'll try Ice Strike because I think it's the most popular at the moment. And I don't know. We'll see what happens. I think being hardcore, I probably want to focus on some energy shield
Each victory is but another
on the
milestone
build,
on the
if we're
endless
talking in
path.
like the bigger picture. But I think just how I've preferred to play the first, I guess, Act 1 is just to take damage, just so that you can kind of make the, I guess it's just a little bit easier to clear the first areas. Most of the stuff can be kind of avoided, like even Geonor, if you, not to say you don't take damage, but I think maybe by then I'm hopefully going to have some gear so that I don't get you know, one shot, two shot. But I just like being able to clear mobs quickly.
Mindless.
So it would be nice if I kept account of how much gold we had to begin with, because then I could sort of limit myself to just spending what I've picked up along the way. But by the looks of it, we've probably not even picked up 100 gold. That's looking for. Okie dokie. Let's take lightning rod. And I'll go and kill that guy in the mud burrow. I almost think it's optional, but there is a cool little room in the mud burrow that's got a few eggs in it, and you can break them open. It might have some items. I've gotten in some of my previous playthroughs pretty good rings from this boss fight, like especially for early game, and even from mobs. So if I pick up an iron ring, that would be helpful, or an amulet that gives
A foul lair.
some
for a
offense or
foul
defense would be
creature.
appreciated as well. So I haven't tried this before, doing the monk with a bow, but I have played the monk with a quarterstaff, and when you're at the point of killing Palm and falling thunder, it can be very hard to generate power charges, and it's mainly just because of the way the mobs move and the animation of the killing Palm. So you see the thing come up saying that you can use killing Palm on this guy and get a power charge, but by the time you actually get to the target to do the attack and get a power charge, another mob runs in front of him and blocks you, and I just feel like you should be able to phase through, or at least not get like animation cancelled, or like fair enough if you get stunned by someone else's attack if you mistime it, but like I don't think you should be able to get animation cancelled by being body blocked. Like that just seems like bad design. But yeah, it's early game problem, and as soon as you get some good clear, reliable clear, falling thunder is great, but it takes a bit of prep to get the power charges, and then, well, once you've used them, that's sort of it. Bell is nice, definitely very good, but you do need to prep as well. Like you need 4 hits to be able to throw down the bell. They always get me. At this point, I may as well have just played a ranger. Like, fuck, I don't know if this is a crazy idea, and I'm probably not the first person to have thought of this, but I could technically run Spark. And we have a bunch of energy shield
No mana.
nodes on our tree, and we are right next to the sorcerer, so we could like get a bit of attributes and venture over there and start building this as a sorceress. That would be kind of crazy, actually, because you got the
What twisted nightmare!
you've got the ascendancy that you can get spirit from equipped body armor. So you could run Mana Tempest. Is that what it's called? Archmage, right? So that's 100 spirit that you could run. I don't know, maybe like some raging spirits and some bunch of other things. I don't know. I might cook with that one. See what happens.
The tail.
I'll see my tail trying to attack me. This is not actually the walk in the park that I thought it would be, but we'll get there in the end. Hopefully we get something useful.
Nightmares have no power against the light.
No, we didn't. Yeah, we got another monk here. So apparently there's a way to farm that first boss. And there's a way to reset the instance, which would be control click on the waypoint or something like that. But anyway, we've got a whole bunch of junk here that we probably won't be using. It does have a little bit more life, but I do like the energy shield. Okay, well, that's an upgrade. Yeah. I did say I wouldn't use much of my stash, but I'm probably going to buy these anyway, so whatever.
Yes? Finn makes fun of my collection. Oh, I like this one.
Well, I think I've got some food arriving in a couple of minutes, so I'm probably going to wrap it up there, and maybe we'll get a few more of these out. As the new content creator, something that I've just realized, and I don't know if it's a personal thing, but it is incredibly difficult for me to focus on ideas that I'm trying to express or the things that I'm talking about while still maintaining concentration in the game. It's just one or the other. Like, sure, if I'm talking about something else, then I can most of the time get what I'm trying to say out, but on the other hand, if I'm trying to do something in the game, there's just no all of this happening at the same time. So, you know, my hats up goes off to you guys that can do that. But yeah, I think I'm probably just gonna have to find out what I am good at and what I can do and stick to that. So I thought it'd be a cool idea to do some videos of a new playthrough on hardcore, and the aim was to try and give some tips on things that you could do on a new character to help you progress or make your life a little bit easier, or what you could be looking out for. But I think there's probably enough out there already if you know where to find it. And I think the best advice that I've found for hardcore solo self-found has been from smaller, lesser known creators, and that's probably because they spend more time playing the game and less time making YouTube videos and fancy thumbnails. But there's definitely some good stuff out there, that some of the more popular stuff. That's probably where I started. So yeah, hopefully I can turn this into a bit of a series and we can get some progression done with the monk. If you enjoyed this, leave a like and all that sort of stuff. I'm out. See ya.